The second presentation this evening is we're going to honor the 27 years of service to the city of Auburn by Police Chief James Slayton. We do have a packed house here tonight. I thought maybe everybody was interested in local government, but you're all here to congratulate Chief Slayton. In attendance this evening, we have former Mayor Mike Quill, Cuyahoga County Sheriff Brian Skank, Cuyahoga County District Attorney Brittany Antonacci, Cuyahoga County Legislator Brian Muldrow, former Police Chief Gary Janata, and the Superintendent of Auburn Correctional Facility Tom Napoli. We also have many members of the Auburn Police Department in attendance as well as Chief Slayton's family. I want to thank you all for being here. At this time, I'd like to invite a couple people up to say a few words. I'd like to start with former Mayor Mike Quill. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to pass through and say hello to everyone, all old friends. Thank you for the opportunity. Chief, right here, congratulations. In spite of us being related, no one really held it against you too much, but you've done a fantastic job. To be very honest, I never understood the job of a police chief. I understand the job of administrator in my background, kind of share that. Behind you is Chief Janata. Gary and I were both chiefs at the same time, and just out of a clear blue sky, Gary would come over to the fire station. That would be my worst day of my life before he got there. Fighting with the union, fighting with City Hall, whatever the case may be. We had a cup of coffee and had a good friendship. And then for some reason, I just decided one day to go over and see Gary. And he would be in the same predicament as I was. He just needed somebody different to talk with. So worked with many police chiefs. But Jimmy, I didn't know you growing up. I knew your older brothers and everything. And so you say we were related. But I wish you the best, and if you head south, send some warm weather our way, and you can see by the showing here today, everyone, you're well respected and well liked, so congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite up former Police Chief Gary Janata.
Mayor Genatino, members of council, and Chief Slayton, I appreciate this opportunity to speak about Jim. And I had the opportunity to go to the then city manager and ask him if we could hire a police recruit. That recruit was Jim Slayton. Jim was not your typical police recruit. He was just a little bit older, but we didn't hold that against him. He had a lot of life experience. Went through the academy. It was not unusual to see Jim in the police station during the day, working out, running the stairs, keeping himself in shape, doing a good job. He did a good job on the street when he was an officer. He was one of our first school resource officers and did a tremendous job. What I can say about Jim that impresses me the most is he cares, and he shows that by taking the position he took. You can go to the police department, get a job as a patrolman, work your entire career as a patrolman. Not a lot of worries, take care of the city, take care of your calls, but when you start climbing the ranks, not only do you have to do that, you have to worry about the people under you. Mr. Geiger, you know this better than anybody. You have to worry about the people under you. When you reach the level of policing that Chief Slayton did, you worry about everybody. You worry about your department, the city council. It's a tremendous responsibility to undertake. I congratulate you on achieving that, because not too many police officers do. It's a very small group of people that reach that level of rank in a police department. I wish you well. I wish you would have stayed a couple more years. But I wish you well in whatever life brings you today. So enjoy it. You won't miss the 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls, I guarantee you that. But again, I appreciate this opportunity. Congratulations on your retirement. You had a great career.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, I'd like to invite up Cuyahoga County Sheriff Brian Skank. Sheriff Skank.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. I came tonight to congratulate Chief Slayton, but I want to say I really value the partnership that our agency has with certainly the City of Auburn Police Department and all the departments in the City of Auburn, but I personally really have valued the relationship that I've had with Chief Slayton. He and I actually came on within 6 months of each other to our respective departments, so we've worked together for many years in different capacities. And certainly now in the capacity that we've been in now, me as sheriff and him as chief, it's been a unique relationship, but I value that relationship and that when you get to the positions that we're in our agencies, we don't have too many people within our agencies that we can really bounce stuff off of or vent to. So I value the ability to reach out to, the chief and working together on certain difficult things throughout the course of the career. And sometimes just having a shoulder to cry on. So future Chief Androsco, I'm gonna need your number, okay? So make sure you give that before we get done. But no, I've really valued the relationship. I think you've done a great job, Chief. Gonna miss you. I wish you all the best in the future. I wanna thank your family for sharing you with certainly the City of Auburn PD and our community. I know it's hard for our families in this business to deal with that in the roles that we're in, but I wish you all the best and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Sheriff. At this time, I'd like to invite up Superintendent of Auburn Correctional Facility, Tom Napoli.
Mayor, councilors, thank you for the invite tonight. First of all, I want to thank Chief Slayton and his staff for what they do every day for the city. We have a great partnership with the correctional facility and the staff and the chief. It makes it real easy for me. If I need something anytime, I could call him and he would have staff down there helping out. In the last couple weeks, we needed some extra security and they were down there all the time. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. It really, really means a lot to us. I've known Jim for a long time. I am envious of Jim right now. I wasn't envious of him 6 or 8 months ago, I'll tell you that. But we meet for coffee every once in a while at the diner, and it's nice to bounce stuff off someone else. He could tell me his horror stories, I could tell him my horror stories. He is a good friend of mine. I wish him the best in his future. And now it's going to be nice where I will be able to beat him on the golf course a lot more than I could before. So thank you for having me, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Geiger?
Thanks, Mayor. I didn't have anything prepared for this, so I apologize, but I did want to say just a few things about Chief Slayton. There's actually probably very, very few people in this room that are in the know as much as I am related to what goes on with Chief Slayton and the police department and all the issues that we deal with collectively. And I think sometimes the general public, sometimes even our colleagues, don't understand how much thought and consideration go into the decisions that are made day in, day out. That's a pretty heavy burden for a leader, but especially a leader in the police department. The day-to-day decisions weigh on you personally, they weigh on the perception of a department, they impact your family. It's a huge burden. And I will tell you, if you didn't realize it, that again, there is a tremendous amount of thought and consideration that goes into every single decision. Chief Slayton has done that with integrity and empathy. Thank you.
Chief, we do have a memento of appreciation on behalf of the council and the city of Auburn, but I have a few things I'd like to say first. Throughout your career, you have served the people of Auburn with honor and distinction, and you have made a positive impact on your department and our city as a whole. In your role as a school resource officer, you were instrumental in establishing the foundation for a strong and effective program that continues today. You took the position seriously and worked to keep our students and our educators safe. Just as importantly, you served as a positive role model and mentor for the youth of our community and worked to build positive relationships with them. You provided support and guidance to students facing personal challenges or at risk of engaging in harmful behavior. You were someone they could trust when they had nowhere else to turn. As a patrol lieutenant, you set the example for the officers you had committed to lead. Your experience as a field training officer for new police officers set a strong foundation for your later role as administrative lieutenant of planning and training. In 2021, you were appointed chief to the department, and for the last 3.5 years, you have led by example, always embodying the department's motto, expect excellence. You've made yourself accessible to the public. The phone was always on. The door was always open. During your tenure, you, with Michelle by your side, have shown up consistently for the community that you both have called home for your entire lives. Collectively, you have both made a positive impact. I want to thank Michelle and your daughters and their families for sharing you with us and for the sacrifices that they have made. Because when we choose to enter public service, whether it's police department, fire department, sanitation, city council, it affects our families as much as it affects us. For 27 years, you went to work every day and put your life on the line to protect us. On behalf of the city council and the people of Auburn, I say thank you for a job well done. I wish you a long, healthy, and happy retirement. You've certainly earned it.
I'm going to read the presentation to Chief Slayton for is hereby presented with a key to the city of Auburn for 27 years of dedicated and unwavering service to our citizens. Your contributions to the Auburn Police Department as a patrolman, school resource officer, lieutenant, and chief exemplified the department's motto of expect excellence. Appointed police officer January 19, 1998. Appointed lieutenant July 25, 2016. And appointed police chief July 17, 2021. On behalf of Mayor Genatino and members of the City Council.
You know me, I'd like to get out of here and not have to say anything, but after the nice things that people have said about me, I feel though I have to speak. I'd like to start off by thanking the city of Auburn for the past 27 years. It's been my pleasure to serve the city and the residents of this community. I'd like to also thank Mayor Giantino, Mayor Quill. You guys were great to work with. Your commitment to the city is like no other, and you always had support of the Auburn Police Department. I watched some of the stuff that Chief Janata had to go through over the years. I'm very fortunate that I didn't have a lot of that. I had the support of council and the mayor, so that meant a lot. I'd like to thank the current and many of the past council members because they played an integral role with the chiefs of the police department. For that, I'd like to thank them for everything that they do because it is a commitment. Sometimes it's a thankless job. You get as many phone calls as I do sometimes, so thank you. City Manager Dygert and Assistant City Manager Jenny Haynes, thank you for your support over the years. Who says fire and police can't get along? We obviously, we had our moments, but we always, at the end, the city was what our goal was. And we always did what's in the best interest of the city and its members. Jenny, best of luck to you in the coming years. All the other department heads, I'd like to thank them. We have a great team here at the city. It's not one department, it's all departments do everything for everyone else. But especially I'd like to thank Shelley Lowe and Teresa Adams. I relied on you a lot. You helped me a lot through the things that I had to do, made my job easier. And I've said this, I've stood there many times saying I was able to use the resources at this city to get done what needs to be done. I didn't do this alone, and I'll get to the men and women of our department in a minute. Seth, if you're out there or you're listening, unfortunately, I'm going to take some time to get through this tonight. Every council meeting that Seth does a presentation, I time him. He's probably looking out to time me tonight, but I'll never get near his goal. So, but thank you for that. I'd like to thank former Chief Jerry Janata. You were right. You did hire me. You gave me a chance. I wasn't one of the young guys coming in. I was a truck driver before that. You took a chance with me. I'd like to think that I gave you the service that the city needs. And not only that, he hired me. To this day, I call him, and he's always answered the phone if I've had a question. And with his experience, 16 years as chief, you can ask him. I said, how did you do 16 years as chief? It's beyond me. So thank you for your service, and thank you for hiring me 27 years ago. Former police chief Sean Butler, I know he listens to these because he critiques me all the time and calls me. So I know he's listening out there. And Deputy Chief Roger Anthony, they helped me in my transition to be chief. Roger is just the most level-headed person you can deal with. We always went back and forth, met somewhere in the middle, and once again, did what was best for the city. So for that, I thank him. And now that I'm retired, maybe I can get within 10 strokes of him when we play golf. So that I need to work on. Deputy Chief Spengler, thank you. You've been supporting me the last year and a half, and I wish you luck the rest of the way. I always need somebody to lean on, somebody to talk to, and you have to have that sounding board, and he was that. Good luck to Chief Matt Androsco. I know you'll do a phenomenal job. We've come up through this together. You were a sergeant when I was a lieutenant on midnights. Your heart is about the size of this room. You really care about this department, and that's what the city needs, and they made a good choice in doing so. Use your members to the fullest and let them help you along the way. Do not try to lead this department on your own. It's a difficult job, but I have no doubt that you're capable of doing it. And Greg Gilfus, and that's one of the guys that I leaned on all the time. Whenever I need anything, I went to Greg. Don't worry, I'm not going through the whole department, so this won't be that long. But Greg, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Greg Gilfus, because just having somebody like that as a sergeant in the traffic division, he does so much, he wears so many hats. Thank you, Greg. You did so much for me, minus the Tahoe. All right? So, I'll be watching. To the men and women of the police department, past and present, I stand up here time and time again. You are the boots on the ground. You are the one that make this department work. It makes it run on a daily basis. So thank you. I've had an awesome career, and some of the men and women that I came up with have become friends of the family. My kids grew up with them. It's more than just a job. You do create a family atmosphere. So to them, I want to thank them for all they've done. Continue, stay safe, and I'll be watching from afar. And those that have retired, unfortunately, like, I don't know how you retired before me. I'm not sure how that happened. Smarter than I am, like Chief Donata said. Maybe that's it. But on Monday, I get to join you, and I'm looking forward to it. To the other agencies, obviously we spoke about the Sheriff's Department tonight, Sheriff Skank. You're right. We can't do this job alone. We rely on one another. Brittany from the Cuyahoga County District Attorney's Office. We're constantly bouncing stuff off one another. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your continued support, and you'll have a great leader to lean on moving forward. Knapp, I don't know what I can say about you, except that we had a meeting about about 2 years ago now, and Mayor Quill was there. And Mayor Quill had mentioned in that meeting at the prison, he said, if you ever need anything, just let me know. We'll get it done. 2 days later, Napoli called me and said, hey, I want signs out in front of the prison. We're having issues with the crosswalk. And I said, Nap, I'm not sure we can get that done. He goes, don't make me call Mayor Quill. Within 2 weeks, Nap had his signs out in front. So thank you, Nap, for being a good liaison. We partner a lot with the correction officers. Two of my favorite things are Shop with a Cop and Random Acts of Kindness that we do. And when the members of the corrections officers union got involved, it just grew. So I thank them for that. Thank you. To my family, thank you, thank you, thank you. They put up with a lot. Did good up until this point. No, I just won't look back. They put up with a lot over the last 27 years. Your late night phone calls, early mornings, home late, you name it. Michelle never wavered. Went to everything, went to a lot of things, gave up a lot of family time. She was there for the kids. She never complained. Behind me 100%. So I just want you to keep in mind, Michelle, when the golf course calls, I expect that same response. Okay, Nap, rounds take a little while. Okay, so I expect that. So thank you very much, Michelle. You were a shoulder to lean on. It's a tough call. You always lend an ear. Many people don't think of the wives or girlfriends or significant others of the members of the police department. They endure just as much as we do. I can only imagine how tough some of the days were. But I figured after 35 years of marriage, she got used to it. So at this point, what's the matter with a couple more? To my girls, Marissa and Elena, you both are turned into amazing mothers. I'm so proud of you. My only regret is that you both married police officers. I don't know how that happened, but you didn't listen. That's all I can say. Go figure. Thank you for all you've done. You make Mom and I pray. You make us proud every day. You gave us 2 wonderful grandchildren. My hope is that I will be around to spend enough time with them and watch them grow. As I always taught you, do the right thing. And you can go to sleep at night, and you can lay your head on the pillow, and you guys have so far done the right thing, continue to do so, and you will be rewarded. To my brother Fred, though, I can't leave you out, Fred, because I know I'd hear it. You're always there when I needed to call somebody to lend a hand. You support me my whole career. I look up to you as a brother. Thank you, and I promise to try not to call you while TMZ is on, like I always do at 12 o'clock when I have a 5-minute break, and I heard about it. So thank you. Again, I just want to thank everybody. I apologize if I missed anybody. There's so many important people in this room. But it's hard to sit here and thank everybody. So thank you for tonight.
Chief, the real gift was us scheduling this on a night where Chris Major couldn't make it.